So many tapes to listen to.
I have no doubt Skullface's plan is almost complete. At that point, I will no longer be of use to him. I must leave behind this record at least. A record of how the ancient vocal cord parasites...
He's coming too. Roger that.
Parasites. I believe he has two purposes for the ethnic cleansing parasites. The first, as their name suggests, is ethnic cleansing. This conflict between East and West that envelops the world will not last much longer. Once the Cold War ends, and the weight of America and the Soviet Union is lifted away, the ethnic conflicts they kept suppressed will all rise to the surface. It is not difficult to imagine that the radical sides will begin cleansing their adversaries. But what if an ethnic cleansing parasite matching the language of the aggressors were to be unleashed? The aggressors would be washed off the earth. At the very least, the idea that retaliation could eradicate your people would prove a powerful deterrent. The second purpose is the Englishization of the world. To cipher the organization, this is probably their main use. Man thinks in words, or rather, words are man's very means of thinking. If you erase a word representing some concept, the concept itself disappears from the world. Nishone means beautiful in Navajo, but the image that comes to mind when we say Nishone differs from the Blagana's beautiful. An azure sky, a rolling landscape, lush greenery. The meaning we place in Nishone has its roots in Dene culture. If we lose the word Nishone, the images of our beautiful homeland would be washed away into oblivion along with it. Just as Orwell indicated years ago, Cipher, being based in America, is pushing Englishization for this very reason. Suppose all 5 billion people on this planet come to read, speak, and think in English. Their wills could also be streamlined under English. Cipher's control would be all the easier. Economic governance would progress in leaps and bounds. The ethnic cleansing parasites would be a great aid in accomplishing this goal. There is no need to destroy every language besides English. All they need to do is weaken other dominant languages competing with it. Russian, Chinese, Arabic. If people know they risk their lives speaking such languages, they will flock to the lingua franca that is English. Cipher need not even focus attention on smaller languages. After all, they are already being eaten away by English. Business, education, film, commodities. English has permeated every area of global society. I can see this when I look at young Dene. Some of them have already...
You gotta extract him.
The Navajo language. It is said that over 2,000 languages of the world are facing extinction. This very moment, cultural concepts and forms of expression are disappearing forever. The spread of electronic networks gives greater meaning to Englishization. Networks have no national borders. By basing them on a single language, they can penetrate deeper into and between people. That basic point of unity provides the ideal environment for someone who aims to control people's wills. But how does this differ from building the Tower of Babel? The ethnic cleansing parasites attempt to rob man of his words. Such irony. It was the vocal cord parasites that gave words to him in the first place. Ancient man had no language, unable to produce complex sounds due to the structure of the throat. He could communicate only through simple vocalizations and gestures. Then
He's coming too. Roger that.
infected his larynx. Man's transition to walking upright did not gift him solely with intelligence, but also with his voice. At the time, the vocal cord parasites never harmed man. They merely took a small measure of nourishment. In fact, you could call it a symbiotic relationship. Some animal species use
You gotta extract him.
fertilization patterns to attract a female and reproduce. Songbirds, certain insects, and also the vocal cord parasites. The difference is that the parasites themselves did not produce sounds. Rather, they had their host.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Once secure on the human host vocal cords, a male vocal cord parasite caused the host to produce
He's coming too. Roger that.
something like a warble of a bird. Meanwhile, females parasitizing other host pharynxes need only wait. Upon hearing the sound pattern of an attractive mate, they would manipulate their hosts into making contact with the person it came from. The female traveled through his host's saliva to the other host's vocal cord. The male was waiting and the pair copulated. We can only imagine how the female manipulated his host, but it was probably through smell. Smells traveled directly to the limbic system via the olfactory cilia in the nasal cavity. Volatile compounds released by the female would stimulate the limbic system, which controls instincts, making amorous. This kind of sexual selection naturally led to competition between the male parasites. Males that had their hosts produce sounds perceived by females as more attractive succeeded in copulating.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Evolutionary traits caused by sexual selection are curious. The peacock's feathers, the mannequin's dance, the firefly's luminescence pattern. Even with courtship behaviors that are not advantageous to survival, those individuals that excel in them produce offspring, and it escalates with each generation. The same was true of the vocal cord parasites. Courtship vocalization rhythms and intonations became more sophisticated, and in order for man to produce such sounds, they had to
He's
alter
coming too. Roger that.
by lowering the position of the larynx and developing resonating chambers. They enabled more complex pronunciation.
You gotta extract him.
That was not all. The vocal cord parasites activated a transcription factor that would later control man's language ability. A protein that, due to its appearance, is called forkhead box protein P2. Or FOX.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Its transcription factor led to the development of brain function capable of creating sophisticated frequency changes.
He's coming too. Roger that.
The vocal cord parasite's prosperity. However, this sophisticated pronunciation control was too useful for man to ignore. Once human sexual activity ceased to be only seasonal, and having lost pigment-based sexual characteristics, distinctive vocalizations became the most effective means for humans to attract mates as well. Combined
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
to the brain, or universal grammar, it was not long before advanced communication was possible. This was the birth of language. Luckily for man, it was around this time that a particular retrovirus was circulating. While not lethal, it infected not only man, but the vocal cord parasites as well. It is presumed that this virus removed part of the parasite's DNA and reverse transcribed it into man's reproductive cells. It was a vector. Among the genes it transcribed were the ones responsible for the production of language. The vocal cord parasite's vocalization genes were written into the human genome.
God.
The parasites were no longer of any use to man now. Man could use his voice as he pleased, when he pleased, hindering the parasite's courtship vocalizations. Having lost their opportunity to reproduce, the parasites died out, leaving behind only the transcribed genes. The vocal cord parasites were once in symbiosis with man. Its genes even became a part of his. Humans and parasites are extremely close. As such,
Okay, subject is in.
for man's immune system to eliminate the vocal cord parasites, even cutting them out will be no simple matter. Which is exactly why these ethnic cleansing parasites are such a formidable weapon. The rise of the vocal cord parasites.
Okay, Kojima. Okay, Kojima. Alright, Kojima. Okay. That's enough of the fan fiction of the parasites and humans. Holy shit. The parasites are completely responsible for mankind developing language ever. The parasites were so advanced
Wasn't one of the targets.
that when they began to die out,
The chopper will be able to get in close now.
it didn't matter because their genes were already inside of humans. Yeah. Okay, Kojima. Alright. It literally sounds like a fanfic. And I would know. I one time started one. And I was like 12. And it was pretty much a lot of, oh, well, this happened to make this happen. And it's just bullshitting out your ass. Come on, Kojima, you're better than that. Like, they're building up this parasite a fuckload, but there's no point to. Because it's not like it exists in Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, or 4, or Peace Walker. But they're using it as like a scapegoat to kind of go, wow, this is just responsible for so much. Woo! But it is amazing. Yeah, man, we'll keep on listening. Do go on, Code Talker.
Extraction arrived at Mother Side Ops list updated.
But first I had to go back to the ACC, so that way the Side Ops list could be re-updated. Search for the escaped children. Oh, I never got them. That's why I was going that way in the first place. Whoops. Well. Anything else unlock? More extracting. Why can I repeat these? Usually these get locked off.
Clouds approaching.
Capture the legendary jackal. Capture a particular jackal that is the stuff of legends. Its coloring is said to be reminiscent of the ancient Egyptian god Anubis. Aha. Intriguing. The ancient Egyptian god Anubis.
Please select a landing zone.
Well, I want to check this out.
Deploying.
boy. I probably should have come out here with Dee Dee.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That way he could go, oh,
Analysis
woof, woof.
complete.
Then I go, oh, what's that, boy? The jackal is directly behind me? Well, I can handle that situation. Also, I accidentally hit Quiet and she just ran off. I'm sorry, Quiet. Here, you can go
Enemy presence
scout a
detected.
base.
The map has been updated.
Let's see, what's a good base to go towards? Check out this place. It's huge. We're gonna go there eventually. So I might as well mark down every single person I can.
Guard post Kabaddi has infiltrated and the map has been updated.
I love just tranking everybody. It's so satisfying. Oh, that's how come I went back to the ACC. It's so that way I could for sure have the blueprints. Because I've heard horror stories of people dying after they gotten the blueprint and then not being able to get it back. Ever. And I don't like the sound of that. I'm a big fan of actually keeping the things that I grabbed.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please specify a project.
I don't even know what these things are, the ones that I've just picked up. They could be, like, super endgame stuff. I should probably research a shotgun sometime, though. Those can be pretty damn effective. Sometimes too effective. Oh my god. Look how many things you can get for the Hail MGR. Holy shit. It's just this long fucking list. Additional option slot. Dot sight. 2x booster. Jeez. The question is, do I really want to spend, like, over 1.2 million grabbing this stuff? I guess it'd be more like 1.3 million. Oh my god. I don't use the grenade launcher that much. But I might as well start researching this stuff. No point leaving them out forever. I just don't know if I want these. I will get a move on.
That's the target.
That's a target, the jackal?
That's unusual. A black side-striped jackal. It said jackals were the inspiration for the Egyptian god Anubis. Anubis, the lord of the underworld, is often depicted with a black head. It's like that jackal is the incarnation of Anubis himself.
Caution, rain.
You know, the last time I dealt with something called Anubis, Konami game, bad things happened to me.
You gotta extract him.
A lot of bad things happened to me. But maybe this time I can handle it. Look at that. I have tackled Anubis and his posse of other jackals.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Fire in the hole! They won't care. They won't even notice. Don't run! You must join your friends! That was easy. They fucking silhouetted themselves on the horizon. That's so nice of them. I mean, it's super dark outside, but that doesn't matter. Martian Anubis, yeah, okay.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Yes! Yes! There you go. We just got
Please specify
the
project.
wormhole upgrade for the Fulton. Added function for Fulton recovery device. Uses a wormhole to transport all manner of cargo off the battlefield, from soldiers, children, and animals to vehicles and containers. Awesome. 2.4 hours. Holy shit. But okay, that is fine. Whatever. Soon I won't have to like move people because they have a tarp over them. Soon I'll be able to access all those containers that are just chilling out inside of buildings. Just taunting me away like, you can't get me there. It won't matter soon. Because I have the technology that technically we've already had. I mean, if you think about it, we wormhole into FOBs. So we've had that, at least the ability to use wormholes in that way. And that's funny to me.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Marker placed. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
You know, despite the fact that it's super storming and there's pretty low visibility, this isn't that bad in comparison to real life. It needs to be more misty. I should hardly be able to see in front of me with all this rain. But it's actually pretty tame at this time. Might as well listen to more Code Talker's research.
I learned of the vocal cord parasite's existence in literature belonging to the Foundation.
Wait. I almost missed one. I think.
The rise of the vocal cord parasite
Yeah.
goes back approximately 300 million years to the Permian period. At that time, they were not even parasites, but predatory autotrophs. They are believed to have been the common ancestor to the Pentastomida and the Cyclops genus of copepods. However, Earth's environment underwent a violent change at the end of the Permian period. The cause is unclear, but evidence suggests that over 90% of the Earth's organisms at that time died out. The most pronounced threat to the proto-parasites was the severe reduction in oxygen concentration. The result was cladogenesis, a splitting that gave birth to a new strain that could parasitize other organisms' respiratory apparatus. This survival tactic helped lower their oxygen consumption, and inhabiting the throat kept them securely in contact with inhaled air. The survivors were those that parasitized the reptiles that flourished at the time. Entering the Triassic period, the reptiles evolved into dinosaurs, and the proto-parasites shared in their success. Dinosaurs developed respiratory organs called air sacs to adapt to the low oxygen environment. These in particular helped the proto-parasites thrive. But another trial awaited them. The end of the Triassic period saw another drastic change in the Earth's environment. For most parasites, the male and female take the same host. Many are, in fact, hermaphrodites. Originally, the vocal cord parasites were as well. But for any strain to ride out a severe environmental change, it must secure a steady pool of genetic diversity. Another split. Now the newest strain procreated with mates found in other hosts. And in order to increase its encounters with those mates, the new strain utilized the voice of its host. They came to inhabit the host's vocal cords. This truly was the birth of the vocal cord parasite. The parasites developed the host's pharynx to form resonating chambers and used them to produce sophisticated mating calls. The relatively upright posture of the dinosaurs was important in this, because the crooked L-shaped pharynx was more suited to the development of resonating chambers. These developments ushered in a time of great...
He's coming too. Roger that.
But for the third time, the parasites had a major hurdle to overcome. The meteorite impact at the end of the Cretaceous period, which spelled the end of the dinosaurs. With their hosts extinct, the vocal cord parasites had no option but to find a new habitat. Birds, as genetic successors to the dinosaurs, with functioning air sac apparatus already in place. Birds were the perfect choice. But the parasites could not survive in birds that flew at high altitudes with thinner air. So they parasitized ground-dwelling birds and altered their respiratory system for the sake of reproduction. They gave the birds the means to produce sophisticated sounds. The syrinx responsible for chirping.
Oh my god.
This is the proof that points to activation of Fox P2.
You gotta extract him.
The parasites allowed birds to chirp too!
Oxygen concentration, which helped mammals to evolve and increase in size. The parasite
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
infected host. Humans' bipedal upright walking meant that our throats could support larger resonating chambers. At first, vocal cord parasites entered humans using birds as their intermediate host. But eventually they changed to conducting their entire life cycle within human hosts. What happened next is as I have already described. People took the vocalizing prowess given them by the parasites and made it language. And once the parasites could no longer use it as their mating call, they died out. Or in other words, the parasites overcame all evolutionary hurdles except humanity. Skullface shared his opinion on this matter. He said the Ethnic Cleansers Project was sure to succeed. After all, the parasites had a grudge against us humans. To think we awoke them after such a long slumber, just so they could sate their thirst for vengeance. It is terrible, unforgivable, and yet, it is what I have done. I learned of the vocal cord parasite's existence in literature belonging to the Foundation. It was little more than a theory. The question was, why does only Homo sapiens among all primates have highly developed language? Human versus everything else.
Analysis complete.
The missing link between these was the mystery that gave rise to this theory. I was fascinated by the idea of their existence. In the Dene creation myth, the Neo Dene, who first inhabited the world, were insect-like creatures. I came to imagine that those insect-like creatures could be humans living in symbiosis with the vocal cord parasites. But I had not the faintest idea of how I could resurrect them. That is when Skullface came to me. What he offered me was not just assistance with my metallic archaea research. He told me the vocal cord parasites really existed. And not only did they exist, they had already been brought back to life in the modern age. An ancient human cadaver, host to the parasites of the time. Cypher excavated such a cadaver from a permafrost region and isolated the DNA
You gonna extract him?
cord parasites. Naturally, they were long dead and could not be brought back, but there was an alternate vessel they could use. A relative species of the pentastamine.
He's coming too. Roger that.
It had adapted to live in the nasal cavity of animal hosts, but its genetic sequence showed signs of common ancestry with the vocal cord parasites. Ontogenesis, the path of an organism to maturity,
Please select
is like a roadmap of the phylogenetic evolution of the entire strain. Cypher used this to effect a reverse evolution of the modern parasite and resurrect the vocal cord parasites.
Site will commence
They
shortly.
interposed a developmental mechanism to the ontogenetic stage analogous to when the relative species first appeared, the point at which it split from the vocal cord parasites, forcing its evolution down the other path. The vocal cord parasite path. The larvae they produced were the vocal cord parasites. Reborn. I do not know in detail how
Please
Cypher
select
accomplished
site
this,
requested.
but clearly they have access to high-level genetic technologies. Skullface said it was the work of a genius woman scientist, and that the relative species in
You
question
gonna extract him?
Shortly.
covered by a group once called the Philosophers. I was tasked with modifying the resurrected parasites. He charged me with two demands. First, to add lethality to these organisms that had once lived in peace with man, by
Outpost
unleashing the larvae's latent desire to consume nutrients from the host's lung tissue, making them eat and eat until the lungs were destroyed. Second, to have both male and female inhabit
He's coming too. Roger that.
conflict then and there, only when exposed to specific pronunciations continuously over an extended time. What he would do to the Dene if I
You gonna extract him?
I had no choice. Originally, the ultimate objective of the ethnic cleansing parasite project was
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Holy shit, guys.
the ultimate objective of the ethnic cleansing parasite project was the identification of not only languages, but of actual cultures. Language is deeply connected to ethnicity, but many languages are employed by multiple ethnic groups, and confrontation between those ethnic groups is by no means rare. If the cleanser parasites were to be a deterrent against ethnic conflict, they had to distinguish between groups using means other than pure language. The original plan called for this to be achieved by differences in the transmission vector. Each ethnic group has different lifestyle customs and eating habits. For instance, parasites living in shallow water and taken in through the skin could be used to target rice farming groups. Or parasites using cows as their intermediate host would be ineffective against cultures that abstain from eating beef. But that is a lofty goal indeed. The current parasites mainly rely on droplet transmission. It would take extensive time to alter the transmission route. I eventually learned that the Ethnic Cleansers project had been shut down. It was Skullface who put it back into operation. But despite that, he told me to forget about the transmission route and just focus on language identification. I do not know why. I understand that the Chinese philosophers who discovered the relative species of parasite originally planned to develop a phonogrammic Alexion parasite. The left temporal parietal region is home to the part of the brain that identifies the phonetic symbols of the English language. They wished to create a strain that would parasitize that region and suppress its literacy functions. The brain area responsible for identifying the logographs of Chinese, meanwhile, is in the left middle frontal gyrus, meaning that even if native speakers of Chinese were infected with the parasite, the literacy would be unaffected. Old and new, east and west, there is no limit to the delusions of those in power. But this delusion threatens to become a reality. I have to do something to stop this. There must be something I can do.
That is that is a lot of information to take in. I'm still super amused by the evolutionary stuff. Oh yeah, the parasites are pretty responsible for humans developing languages and birds developing sounds. You hear that, birds? Parasites are responsible for you guys being really annoying sometimes. Although I'm very also intrigued by the fact that apparently the parasites being able to kill people is something that was made by Code Talker. Good job, Code Talker. Apparently these parasites coming back to life wouldn't have been so awful until then. You know, it's a real shame that, like, we're already kind of through with the parasite stuff. I mean, not entirely, obviously, since we still have... Eli still has the second parasite vial, and Quiet is infected with a third parasite vial. So we're not entirely through with it. But this shit's pretty big. This shit seems like a pretty big deal for something that was kind of brushed off. Like, we kill Skullface, and that's about it. I mean, we know we dealt with maybe a few fights with the Skullface unit, or the Skull unit, or the Ghost unit, or whatever the hell it was called. And that was about it. You'd expect these things to be, oh, we find out the truth, and then we spend a long time learning about this stuff. Nope. Nope, not at all. Also, I'm super happy we just found the Snake Eater track. Someone told me to go to the 21st,
Enemy presence detected.
Oh, there's diamonds there? Shoot. Anyway, someone told me to go to the 21st camp, and I didn't even realize that was what was going to be there. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to make that my helicopter theme. And what is Quiet Life? Okay. I thought it was going to be legitimately relating to Quiet. There. Alright. I am just going to be super tempted to never change my helicopter theme now. It's fine as it is. Man, these guys are like super casual wear. In comparison to everybody that we've been dealing with? Oh my god.
Roger that.
Complete.
Base isn't clear yet. Who remains? You. Aw, come on! go! There we go.
Captured.
I wanted to super punch him, man. Well, I did it.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Alright, I have choices to make here. I could put these guys in my car and then just send them away. Or I can just get some more fucking fold and stuff. I want to get these supply things anyways.
Requested.
Alright, so where am I heading to anyways? I kind of head up... I'm sort of making my way over to this kid over here, I suppose.
Drop complete.
Or I could head here, eliminate the heavy infantry unit. Well, we're so close to this area already, we might as well just head over to
Marker
save the kid.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Man, as I was saying, I really wish that there was a little bit more to deal with these parasites. They really went in depth with their little audio logs about them.
Leave the rest to us.
I mean, we have an entire fucking back history of them spanning apparently millions of years. And they were such a minor plot-moving device. I mean, in my opinion, it was about as effective as like just saying that the enemy had nukes.
He's coming too. Roger that.
There should have been more going on. We should have seen it affect more people. The English strain should have broken out and then have it kill a decent chunk of people, but also still be secretive. Right? Like, it doesn't break out and annihilate an entire state or something, but it kills like a little town, and it's kind of swept under the rug. But we have to go there, and we see it kind of infecting American culture, because then as an American,
Extraction arrived.
I feel a little bit more threatened by this disease. It's suddenly more like, oh shit. I don't want this to infect everybody. Oh. Instead, all I did was infect my crew and annoy the hell out of me in that regard. I mean, I guess it was supposed to kind of hit close to home because it was hitting close to home, but let's be honest, it was dealt with in such a mediocre way.
Analysis complete.
I mean, the majority of your group being infected is handled through the menus. You have to look and see what languages they're speaking through the menu, then you have to send them to quarantine through the menu. You're told that they've been killed by the virus through the menu and through the side of the screen. It's just a real shame that you didn't really see too much there with the people. At least not as of yet. There could still be other things going on. I guess to be fair, we did see the virus.
It's getting misty. That'll keep visibility down, but watch you don't walk right into an enemy.
I guess to be fair, we did see the effects of the virus happen to like multiple villages and shit. So there is that, but it doesn't hit you that hard when you don't know what the hell it is. You're just like, oh shit, these people are dead. That sucks. That's how I perceived that. Like, oh boy, I wonder what the hell happened here. And then maybe we get a little bit of a hard hitter learning that we were responsible for the parasites hitting the other village.
Updated.
That's it. Yeah. Oh well. Still got the rest of the game to go.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
So we're starting to lose people because of how many people we have. And that's funny to me. They thought they were safe in the mist. Little do they know, there are tons of things hiding in the shadows and in the droplets.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Oh my gosh.
Marker placed.
I'm gonna have to walk all 1,400 meters. That's okay. Maybe? Actually?
Extract him.
Analysis complete.
We will have to see. Yeah, grenade! I was super disappointed by that.
Captured.
Hey, I unlocked Phantom! All I wanted to do was knock him out with sleeping gas, but they avoided it twice. Alright, supposedly there's precious metals in here?
Your destination.
Hey,
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
isn't this a spooky thing? It is definitely the spooky radio. Alright, so let me figure out where the hell I'm going, because this is leading to a dead end.
Marker
I'm
placed.
gonna head over there. I don't think I've actually ever walked along this side. Or rather, we've always been, I think, spawned like around here and then worked our way up the valley.
Marker placed.
Oh, you know what? Let's sit quiet there. I haven't had her do anything for a bit. But she can handle the situation. You know one thing that also makes me kind of sad? We don't ever have, like, normal codec talks. Those were kind of my favorite things from the original Metal Gear Solids. Like, just having us chat about what's going on with a little image of the people talking. And then Metal Gear Solid 4, we actually had, like, the actual images of the people talking, or, like, video calls. I want
You
that.
have arrived at your destination.
That'd be cool. Instead, all we have are the cassette tapes, which they're okay. They definitely expel a lot of exposition in a way that allows you to, I think, follow things a little bit better, rather than always relying on calling people at the precise moment something's happening. It's more of a, oh, well, here's a tape talking about this thing, and it's named and everything. And that's fine, dandy. But I want to have a conversation. I want to have like a face-to-face kind of conversation with Kaz or Ocelot, especially Ocelot. Instead, it's just, oh, look at these fuckloads of tapes you have to listen to while doing side-ups and things like that. Yay.
You said that the nuke Skullface was trying to spread around the world were equipped with a failsafe. Something that could shut them down at will. His will.
Quite so. After all, he needed a guarantee that a fire wouldn't simply turn the weapons back on him.
So how can they be stopped?
The criticality trigger, that is, the detonator, is a complete black box design. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds, using the corroding archaea. The design ensures that no detonation is possible unless he disengages the lock.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precisely. The client simply presses a button. At that moment, the detonator begins transmission with a surveillance satellite. The satellite reports to him how the client is trying to use the nuke. If he does not object, the lock is disengaged.
But if it's a risk to him in any way,
The detonator melts down. The same is true if detonation does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged. The nuke is rendered useless.
who the hell would buy something with strings attached like that?
The client would never know until the moment they actually try to use it. Most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate. And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in the first place.
Let me guess. He claimed it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier than a used car salesman.
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet. This is how he works.
We keep hearing about how many ways Skullface is a scumbag. He's already dead. Unless they do another, he's not actually dead, he's alive kind of thing, like they did with Vulcan. Which, by the way, was stupid as hell. I'd rather have the fire dude be someone completely different. Nothing significant happened by Vulcan being the fire guy. It was just like, oh, okay. I didn't even know it was him at first because I wasn't paying attention to his outfit. I didn't think I would have to pay attention to his outfit. You know how many people in the Metal Gear Solid series wear fucking spandex suits? A lot of them. Especially in Metal Gear Solid 4. In case anybody forgot the beast unit. The beauty beast? Beauty and the beast? I forgot how they're fucking called. The BBs, the beauties, the beasts. They wore spandex or latex. Super tight bodysuits. So why the hell should I have been super suspicious of the other guy? Oh, he's got bullets. Put it on his chest. Okay, yeah, that definitely is something that Vulcan had, but we saw Vulcan get pretty blown up. Out of all the people we've seen in these games, he was the most blown the fuck up out of anybody. He was the only person in the entire series where I could go, yeah, he's dead. Like, even Metal Gear Solid 2, I was sitting there going, Liquid might be alive! Is Fox Die really all that effective? I don't know! Oh well. He ended up having not a really super important story anyways.
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Analysis complete.
So sad. They're starting to use gas masks to counteract my sleeping grenades. Except, I only really use the sleeping grenades on the people in the bodysuits. And I'm pretty sure they can never have gas masks on.
Complete.
Woo-wee! Hello, hold on. That guy is on my list of people to fuck up. Alright. Fuck up in steel. How many people are in the space? A lot. A sizable amount. Many of them on the other side of the building. Didn't I tell her to scout this area? I guess she just checked this area out over here. The... Hey, you alright? Alright, if you're gonna have a helmet on, I'm gonna shoot your pants. There you go. I said shoot his pants, but I could have shot his body armor too. You know, I need to upgrade these Noctocyanins. This thing does not last that long. And I can make it last longer. Especially now that I have a decent chunk of Halma sitting in the background. It used to only be like 30 to 50. Now I've got 120. Big deal.
Development complete.
Yay! I've got the upgraded grenade launcher.
Hey, you okay?
Yes. Only 5 more people? Oh no, there's like 7. Okay. Only many more people to go. This is gonna be interesting. Holy shit! That knocked out everybody! Oh, fuck! I thought I was gonna knock out like 3 guys and the others were gonna freak out about lightning hitting their friends. Nope! Not at all, apparently. Okay, we gotta be quick. These guys are stunned, not asleep. I need that damn wormhole thing. Then I don't have to do this shit all the time.
Coming too. Roger that.
Alright. Oh, it didn't put every single person to sleep. It put a majority of them to sleep. There's still 2 guys left in this base. Gotta be cautious about those guys. Ooh, materials. I'm always happy to receive any kind of random materials like this. Oh shit, there's a lot of people fucking outside. Okay, we're gonna rely on reflex mode to save my life this day. Hey, how you doing? What? Where is he? Ah, oh, jeez. This is by far the worst fucking building in the entire fucking game. Ow! Motherfucker! Who did that? Oh, fuck, Jesus. Okay, alright. Here, have a sleeping grenade. Don't mind me, just refreshing all the sleeps on everybody. Whoops. That was an accident. Is this the S rank guy?
Analysis complete.
You'll fall asleep eventually, friend. Oh my god, this is gonna take a while. Are you dead? Oh, he is! What? Why are you dead? What the fuck? I didn't shoot anybody with any lethal weapons. They shot him! Oh my god. They shot their friend. I can't get that fucking wormhole thing any sooner, dude. Holy shit.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Let me look how far it is in development.
Plant expansion complete. Development project has been added.
Hour and 45.
Outpost captured.
This is so fucking ridiculous.
Roger that.
Analysis complete. Analysis.
All I want to know is if I got that S rank dude or not. Are these the guys I lightninged? Because holy shit, that lasts a good while. I figured everybody I lightninged would be up by now. It is really unfortunate I don't have any more Noctocyanin, because I can't tell where everybody is now. I'm just gonna have to use my sonar thing a bunch. Because I kind of left some people all around. Oh my fuck, that's a lot of signs on there. Are you alive?
Analysis.
He is definitely. I'm all here for just like a kid. One kid. He was captured. They were gonna put him into work eventually.
Analysis complete.
Alright, I'm gonna go around this place just kind of marking everybody.
Roger that.
Complete. Analysis complete.
Because otherwise I'm gonna be sitting there going, where the fuck is all everybody? There's somebody in here. Somebody was waking up, and I got him. Oh, hey! Found the kid!
Weather will clear shortly.
Kid, I will extract you soon. I don't know why he had like 20 people guarding you, but I got this. I just need to find the fastest way out of the building, which is not over here. Son of a bitch. Oh. Sort of. Here, okay. This is where we have to bring people over and over and over again. We're just gonna jump cut for you guys.
You gotta extract him.
Hey!
Project is complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I just got a certificate for Fultoning people. Neat. I don't know what a Fulton Ballista is, but I'm very intrigued to find out.
Please specify a project.
Is it a rocket launcher?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Something for a
Please
buddy?
specify a project.
Ooh. Fitted with a video surveillance system capable of identifying hostiles, will automatically scout for and mark enemies. Well, if I ever call down Dee Dee, or the D-Walker, that'd be nice to have. Here we go. Fulton Extraction Ballista. Specialized grenade launcher that fires a Fulton extraction device developed to fit into a grenade casing. Can also fire cargo/child-safe Fulton devices, provided these have been developed separately. Restricts mission completion rank to an A bullet. Why do they do that, man? It's like every person who... Oh, yeah, I can activate those with bullets. Good. Alright, I wanted to test that out. Anyways, it's like the person who made a lot of the really cool devices was told, hey, make sure that every single thing that's fun restricts fun as well. I want to use them in, like, actual missions. I mean, I can understand limiting the rank to things that aren't super cheaty, I suppose. Because being able to literally go invisible or call down strikes that put every single person in the place to sleep. Yeah, limiting those and how effective those are in getting you an S rank is definitely good. But the Fulton Ballista? Surely that's something that'll like make you super noticeable. Like you launch it and just the entire base goes on alert. Ah well. I don't even use D-Walker. I don't know what you're saying, kid, but I got you.
They put us through. Making me worry like that.
Is that everybody? The only other people around here? Well, I can't detect him now. The only thing around here besides this kid is the bird. Sorry, I had to see that kid.
Boss, about the kids. It appears there's a movement among them to organize against us. I can think of only one person to be behind that.
Check the
I'll
database.
continue to look into it.
There's only one person behind everything involving the kids. Exceeded personnel capacity, 18 staff dismissed. I'm just gonna have to assume that it only dismisses the people that are like super low. And considering that I probably have hundreds of people who are like rank B or C or D or even E, I'm okay with that. Alright, we are super far away from everything, but not far away enough that I should head back to the ACC. And why not?